Hello YouTube. It rained on us today here at the flea market, but I still managed to find a really awesome Silver Age Silver Surfer book. So check out how we did it. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe, and comment below what you think of all the comic books that we bought today. Thank you guys. Good morning. How are you? Much better. Yeah, I was out for pretty much 4 days. And it wasn't COVID. I got tested and came back negative, so I guess it was just a flu or something. But congrats on the book, man. That was awesome. That was awesome.
Thank you, man.
That was like
I just got done telling my son how, you know, this is going to be his one day and all that, and so I was like already emotional.
That was so cool.
But yeah, that was special. Fine, it was so cool.
So talking business real quick.
Yeah, man.
I bought a card collection a while ago, like 2,000, 2,500 cards. I don't know how many. I'm having a tough time reselling them. Like I don't sell trading cards. I just bought them because I thought it was a good deal. But maybe I can bring them to you one day or something. We could set up a day and you could look at them and just check them out. And
where are you guys located?
We're in Nutley.
Nutley, okay.
Nutley, yeah.
We can figure out something.
Okay, perfect. Because my dad said this might be your last week here.
Next week.
Next week. All right, maybe I can bring him here next week.
Yeah, no problem.
We could do that. All right.
Yeah, my goals over the winter is to get my auction site, my web auction site going. I have a lot of guys that want to sell with me, and I have some really cool stuff.
Okay.
Like some guy's got a 1,000,000 card collection. He's got first edition Pokemon packs. And he wants to just leave New Jersey and go down to Florida, and he obviously can't travel with it. I said, listen, I'm doing this. He's like, you're my guy. I want to put all this stuff on an auction site, and you get the commission.
Awesome.
This is like the point where I don't want to sell it.
Right.
I mean, I don't want to buy it. I want to commission, like, I'll just take 10 or 15%, and
no work.
Anybody else can have it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, exactly. No work. I mean, obviously, I have to list all this stuff, and he's got cases of sealed stuff too, so he's got a lot of. But
no money down; it's just the profit.
Exactly.
So that's cool.
I want to get that going. So, and I have another guy who's got, no joke, it is the nicest ASM 129 I've ever seen.
Really?
It's a $50,000 first Punisher, no doubt. And he's got it just in a bag in a board box in his basement. And I keep calling him, like, still got the book, right? Like, because he wants to commission that too and sell it in an auction. Because otherwise. I think he wants a little over 10 grand for the collection. He's got a nice Spider-Man 300 in there, but that Punisher it's beautiful. It is immaculate. Wow, absolutely beautiful. So that's like one of those things where I'd love to auction it off instead of just buy it outright. He wants 15 grand out.
That's awesome. Yeah. So cool. Is there anything new here?
The three you're looking at are new.
These three are new.
Dad went through them, but they're new for you.
Okay.
Everything's half off too today because the last 2 weeks I'm just trying to clear out.
Yeah, a couple these Tales to Astonish.
Shape. I mean, it's really about the quality. Quality's there.
Yes or no?
Yeah, I like them all. I mean, I wish there were 5.
All right, I pulled out these 5.
All right, you got the all-dollar books there?
Yeah.
Cool. This is a weird comic.
Yeah, I know, right? It just looks cool.
My brother's like, who the hell is Ignacio? Like, is he a real clown? I was like, I don't know any of the answers to your questions. Give you some of your dad's money back.
Sweet.
You can hold that over him all day. 6. You want a little bag?
No, we'll use his. Thank you.
Ungraded 125.
So this stack I think is 84.
Okay.
This book would be pretty much 40 at half. I was wondering if you would take 30 for it.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Awesome.
So we're at 470 bucks?
70, yeah, that's about right.
Of course. I take care of all you guys, the regulars.
And we appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
I mean, it's so funny that you have that Silver Surfer book because I was just looking it up last weekend.
Nice.
I was just looking for it
Yeah,
because
just
I bought Silver Surfer 9 at trading card show.
Yeah.
And I was like, what's that one book with Mephisto on the cover? It's like got the coolest looking cover.
It is a cool
And it was that
cover.
one.
Now you
It's
gotta
awesome.
get that Surfer Thor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Next cool cover.
I just got the reprint from you last week, so I could just read the stories.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Cover art's not the same.
No, it's not. That's the masterpiece, right?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll just chill under here for a couple seconds. See if the rain passes.
Okay.
What's the deal with setting up a tent here? Like,
So I thought it was going to cost money. It doesn't. You just have to. I have it under my homeowner's insurance. It's just they issue a certificate and listing them as the what is it called? A listed. They're insured.
interesting.
So you asked the insurance company to produce that? You had to notify them what you were doing, and then they say, I need a certificate that I'm doing it.
And she said I had it already was on my homeowner's umbrella insurance, so
Right.
she's like, I just issued a certificate.
Right.
She's like, you're already okay. So
Yeah, I mean, we have
Super easy.
homeowners insurance too. I mean, I have a tent in my yard, so.
right. Are
We
you
might be
thinking
covered.
about doing it?
I always wonder what went into it because we sell here maybe 4 or 5 times a year.
Oh, really?
But we always come in the summer
Okay.
and it's hot and we don't have a tent set up. So the sun just comes beating down on us.
Man, I was thinking all sorts of things, like getting a little generator, fans in here, like anything to make it okay for people to spend time going through boxes, because that's what it ultimately
Right.
comes down to.
Yeah.
So when the sun is beating down on somebody, they're not going to go through 11 long boxes of comics. They're going
Right.
to go through a couple, and they're going to be like, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
Anything to get people to stay at the table longer is helpful.
So you're on the monthly thing? You
I
the
do,
monthly?
yeah. It's way cheaper. It's $35 cheaper.
Yeah.
It's
Got so
$35
expensive.
cheaper a week.
A week, yeah.
So even if I were to miss a week due to weather, it's fine that I don't come.
So that's like 140, 150 for the month.
Yeah.
We were thinking of doing it, but he's working every Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, work is really the biggest like hindrance on that. They want me in there from 7 to 4 on Saturdays. I'm like, sad thing is I can't be here at 7 o'clock. I just can't do it. and they're like, I'm like, let me come in at 9. They're like, all right, work with me.
They're cool with that.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
But other than the auction website, what's the next project?
I think I'm gonna do indoor sports card shows. I don't think I can do comics because I'm holding on to my keys.
Right.
So these are like, you know, it's good stuff. There's also a lot of not good stuff. I don't think I would do well at a comic show.
Yeah, wouldn't really be worth it for.
Yeah, I wouldn't have that wall of books that people. Yeah, I just wouldn't do well.
That's
but cards I can hold my own.
Yeah.
Cards I got a lot of good stuff.
I wanted to do something like a New Jersey Toy Con or something and just go and just try to dump some stuff.
Yeah.
Some of the better stuff.
Yeah. Sure.
Just to avoid kind of those eBay fees and everything. But I gotta look into it.
You can do cash.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. But there's
you gotta find a good show though. I mean, do table by table. I have a few friends that want to get into tables. If we had a little island of people.
So at a typical show, because we've never done a show, what are you looking at as far as the cost? What do they usually
Not
charge?
much. There's some shows out there, 25 a table.
That's what surprises me. Is it's not really a whole lot.
45 a table for a decent show. I like that. There's a Garfield, which is a decent show. I think that's only like $50 a table. But it's not even this. It's one of those. It's like a 6 or an 8 foot table. That's it. It's like I'm already, you know, busting at the seams. I couldn't fit all my. I certainly couldn't do comics. Fit all my stuff on an 8 foot table stuff.
Yeah.
So now you're getting 2 8 foot tables, and now you're spending $120, or but still, it's worth it.
But you've got a crowd that's coming for what you got.
And
Whereas
it also
at the
might be
flea
a weekend
market,
show too.
right?
You know, so it might be, you know, 50 a table for the weekend.
Like when we come to the flea market, I mean, a lot of times you don't get a lot of comic or toy shoppers.
Oh yeah, there's only at cards. There's 4 of us that are regulars: me, Gary, Vic, and Karen. In comics, besides me and Joey, there's no guys that regularly have comics.
No.
Right.
And there's a guy. Well, but those are the guys you want. The guys that float in have a bunch of like hand tools and a cardboard box of comics.
That's why I ran over to that table. The guy had a little stack.
That's exactly the guys you want. You want these storage locker cleanouts or estate sale cleanouts, because those are the guys who are like, I just.
But I mean, as far as customers to sell to.
Right.
You know, I don't know how many guys you have come to your stand on
so
Saturday.
Most of the New York guys, the guys that come in from Manhattan with the money, they're looking for sports cards, not comics.
Really?
A lot of the Jersey guys like E-Rod, Eddie, there's a few other guys that have YouTube channels. They're all comic guys. But
Interesting.
You know, for me, they're like, anything new? No, and they go.
Yeah.
They don't even stop. Like Eddie barely stops now, but he stops for a conversation. But he's like, same stuff as last week. All right, I'm out of here.
That's how it is sometimes.
Yeah, that's why. So I forgot his name. This dude that comes every week. He bought a whole long box of the new stuff that I had last week. So he cleared me out of one of the long boxes I had.
What do you get? Anything good?
No, I think he resells, so, and I give him $80 a long box, and he just puts all the $1 and $2 stuff in there. He did grab my little run of Archie Ninja Turtles. They were like $5. I was like, but he was buying the whole thing, so I said, it's alright.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Is this gonna stop?
For us, the same way. Better to move volume.
Exactly. And you know, all you guys are regulars, so I'd rather you guys went home with the book. You know,
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
I got my app on. It's passing, but it's kind of a good shot we're getting. It's going to be another 10 minutes, maybe more. It sucks. It looks like it could have went a little north or a little south, and it's going right over us. Yeah. Darn it.
That phone number on your card, is that your cell number?
Cell number.
All right, so I'll put that in there.
Pictures, Yeah, whatever, man.
Yeah, I'll send you those sports cards. I just got.
Even if you have, I don't know if you're doing it yourself, but even if you have comics to press, I'll hook you up, man.
I've never done that before. Like, we've never done pressing before.
Yeah, I'll hook you up.
What goes, like, what's the process with pressing?
Moisture, heat. That's it.
That's it. And what does it do to the book? It kind of flattens it?
As long as there's no color break on it, it'll flatten out. You wouldn't even recognize it. Like,
He has a car from 1987 that's completely bone stock. Like, when we buy stuff, we don't do anything to alter anything.
I got you.
We've never done stuff, but I hear that enhances the value of the book and everything.
Well,
and it does it in a good way. Yeah.
It's a
It
key,
can, but
right?
you've seen plenty of YouTube videos where a guy will, I've been watching a guy cracks open a 4.5. He's like, it's definitely got pressable defects. It's got some wrinkles. It's got some dirt. All it takes is some like dry cleaning and a press, and he thinks, maybe I'll make it go up a grade or two.
So yeah, I was just gonna say, like,
So-
what would you typically be pressing? Something in the mid-grade to get a little more out of it? I mean, you're not gonna press
Well-
low-grade comics, would you?
Yeah, you're right. You want to press something in a 6 or 7 to get to an 8, 8.5, something like that. But
And
that's
you need a key. I mean, how much does the process cost? Is it worth it to do it?
to do it yourself.
No. Well,
I would charge you guys.
oh really?
No, I do it for Will. I do it for all you guys. Like I don't care. Just give me
Really?
a stack of books. I'll do it for you. I usually charge $10 a book.
What is it, like one of those dry cleaning machines, or?
I have a T-shirt business too, so I have a really nice press.
Really? That's
So
cool.
yeah, I have like this big $1,000. It's like even heat. It's a king press,
Nice.
and but yeah, it's you just got to be careful for modern stuff. Modern stuff's tricky because when you heat up new inks, it'll turn. You can literally take your comic book, it'll brick it right up,
Really?
turn it into a rock.
Interesting.
Really?
Yeah, so
The older ones are better.
The older ones are way easier. Silver Age is the easiest. You can nuke that thing with as much heat as you want, and
It's crazy.
185 degrees, press it, leave it on there for 15 minutes, won't damage the book as long as you do it right with like silicone
Crazy.
sheets and stuff.
I was wondering why the 50s and 60s books hold up so well.
Paper's great.
The paper is
Paper's
great.
great. Golden Age paper's even better.
It's amazing,
I
right?
know. They really knew how to make it then. And then, so what happened was in the 90s, Marvel went cheapo on
Yeah.
paper. They really went, they didn't give a shit. Where
It actually
Image
stopped
has
being
good
paper. It went to that, like,
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. Yeah.
Was that when they were facing bankruptcy, or they were just trying to cut all costs on everything?
Paper was, that was the big one. So that stuff, because it's lesser quality paper, you can press the 90s stuff. It's the modern stuff. That stuff does not like to be pressed, and you have to do it at low heat, so 135 degrees. You'll press a modern book. Like, remember Canto when they came out?
Mm-hmm.
So all the Cantos were delivered with a big spine triangle tick and a roll. And people were doing them 8, 9, 10 times trying to get that spine tick out, and it doesn't come out.
Yeah.
It's just there.
But also, I guess the paper, whatever it is it's made of, doesn't respond as well either, right?
It's a harder stock on the front, and you're right, it doesn't respond. But then it's like, then it's back and forth. Then it's like moisture and then heat, moisture and then heat. You don't damage the book, so you can do it as many times as you want. You'll get there eventually, but it's just lessening it. And because it's there, you constantly see it. But
It's interesting.
you take a good Silver Age with some wrinkles, you see it on eBay for low,
Mm-hmm.
or you go to a show and you see that you can crack it open. It's definitely worth cracking open and resubmitting it.
Interesting. That's something else now to look out for.
Yeah, definitely. If you see something as long as it doesn't have color break, as long as it's got wrinkles and dirt, all that stuff you can make go away. But like I said, I saw that guy. He took out a 4.5 with wrinkles and dirt, cleaned it and pressed it, sent it back, and it came back with 4.5. So that happens a lot. What happens with that is, so when you have a book that's already got that stuff that makes it the lower grade,
Watch your
then
back,
all
Deb.
the dirt and the wrinkles are ignored at that point because you're already low because of the other mistakes.
Yeah, you kind of got to pick your spot.
Exactly. So if you got chipping on the cover, or as long as you don't have that other stuff and it's just wrinkles and dirt, you can make it nice.
It's interesting.
Awesome.
Gotta go through my stuff and see what I have.
All right. You want to run these to the car, and
Yeah.
I'll just go out and start walking. 'Cause we're missing stuff.
Hopefully some other guys out there.
Yeah.
Keep the crowd down.
And I liked your hot take on autographs on comics.
I hate them.
I agree. I agree completely.
I don't care if it's Stanley
agree
or
with
not.
you, too.
I hate it.
We were thinking about, like, where would you put it? I'd rather it on the inside of the book than on the cover.
That's why I like what Kirby did. When you find, and that's why you look for old Kirby books, because Kirby signed inside right.
He's not going to write over his art.
He's not going to write over his art. I know, it's crazy. When I see black Sharpie Stan Lee signature on an FF1, I'm like, oh god, you ruined it. You just ruined it.
I agree.
I don't get it.
All right, I'm heading out.
All right, guys.
All right, I'm gonna text you about those cards.
All right, cool.
Yeah. Thank you. Hey, what's up, guys? We're back at the house, and I'll just say right off the bat, really good day despite the rain that hit us. And my dad bought a ton of comic books off camera, and I'm gonna go through them now. I'm gonna try to go through them quick because we got a lot of comics, guys, including some eBay comics that came in on Friday as well. So just a lot of really good stuff. So be sure to watch this in completion. So this was one of the batches that was bought today off camera. It's either 22 or 23 comics. I believe it's 22. I really like that speed buggy. But 22 comics, we'll call it. It's 22 or 23. 22 comics for $30. So let Dad know in the comment section what you guys think of this buy. Like I said, 22 comics for 30 bucks. A lot of nice X-Men. A lot of these graded already. Very fine, very fine. This one here is a fine plus. Very fine plus. Another fine, very fine. So good quality. This was one of the regular guys that often brings comics. He did bring, according to my dad, he did bring a new batch today. So he just had one new long box that was kind of like double stacked, my dad said. So him and another guy were the first two guys there, so they got kind of first dibs at it. And this is what he pulled out. I'm always happy with what we come home with, but I'm always curious what the other guys go home with, you know? It's like you're so focused on what you're buying and what you're going through. I always wonder what the other guy is buying. But gotta say, really happy with this. Well, I'm not a huge collector of these newer issues myself, kind of from the 90s here and some 80s stuff. It's a little after my time, but I really like it. So that's that. For me, you know, the highlight of this batch was really this. I really like what's going on here. A lot of Spider-Man stuff going on there. And really cool stuff. All right, let me get you to the next batch. Guys, here's the next batch of comics. Once again, another off-camera purchase by my dad after I'd left. My dad called this, quote, the deal of the day. It was 16 comics that he got for $12. I believe what he was referring to as the deal is really just the value buy that he got it at. I mean, obviously he's getting them less than $1. 16 books for 12. And he came away with a lot of stuff that he liked, including some of the, like this, the Archies and the Richie Rich. My dad loves Richie Rich. Even got some Marvel in here. Thor 436. More Archies. Here's Betty and Veronica. Looks like the Constrictor. Yes, it is. Punisher. 64. The last Marvel team-up. Spider-Man and the Uncanny X-Men. And now, a moment's silence. Okay. Superman 338. And a Marvel team-up. I think we bought this recently. Well, not recently, but maybe a couple weeks ago. I remember this lineup here. Shang-Chi, Black Widow, Nick Fury. I think we bought this a while ago. 16 books, guys. 12 bucks. That was purchase number 2 from an off camera. I'm going to show you also now the eBay batch that my dad got. 2 eBay batches, separate ones. And we'll get to those. Yeah, guys, Dad did a lot of buying this week. This was a good week for Dad. He got this really awesome collection. And this is just, it's really high grade. I mean, fine, very fine plus. All Space Family Robinson Lost in Space books. Gold keys. My dad paid, with shipping, $2.15 per book. So, I don't know if this was an auction or a buy it now. Oh, that's really cool. That's really cool. It's kind of man bat thing with lasers. That's super cool. I never seen that before. That is so awesome. I love these 60s, 70s sci-fi covers. I mean, so cool. But I'm gonna say this was an auction. I don't think this was a buy it now. He didn't say it was a buy it now, so I'm assuming it was an auction. But $2.15, really high grade stuff. Nothing really seems to be worse than a fine in here. Oh, here we go. These last two at the end aren't as good. This is a fine minus here, number 9, or number 9, number 19, and number 10 here. He has it very good. All right, let me show you guys the second eBay batch. All right, and this is a big stack of comics that my dad bought off of eBay. I know that this one was an auction that he won, and the total for everything came out to $1.24 a book, guys. $1.24 a book, won in an eBay auction. It's giant size. Lois Lane, but it's in really rough condition. Dad has it at a good minus. This is really cool. This is one of my favorite ones that he pulled out of there. The Tomb of Dracula, number 27. And then I love these Tom and Jerry and Bugs Bunny. Still love the original cartoons, and anything besides the original cartoons is just not my cup of tea. I'm not going to call it terrible, but not something that is worth my time. That's what I will say about them. I like the original stuff. Richie Rich Jackpots. I like that cover. Little Chippendale. Uncle Scrooge. That's me when I go to sleep, guys. Counting those piggy banks. I like that. Donald Duck. I forgot. I mean, I didn't do a real good count. I forgot how many comics were actually in here, but what did I say? $1.24 a piece for all of them. It looks like it's, as usual, Dad came away with a pretty good deal. Even got some Marvel Avengers in here. That one is beat. This is beat, guys. I mean, you want to... Woo! That is beat. What else we got here? More Richie Rich. Let me move this. Pile's getting big. Dennis the Menace and Mr. Wilson and his gang at Christmas. More Dennis the Menace. All right, got a couple here. DC Superstars presents Teen Titans, number 1. The Witching Hour. I know a lot of you guys in one of my last videos talked a lot about liking that 70s horror comics, and it's covers like that I really do enjoy. You Can't Kill a Corpse. That looks like something out of House on Haunted Hill. Kong the Untamed. Interesting, number 1. The Brute. Once again, kind of in rough shape, but I really like that cover. Marvel Triple Action featuring Doctor Doom, Fantastic Four, and the Silver Surfer. Got a lot going on there. I really like that. There's another Marvel Triple Action. Alright, we got a little vintage here. Bronze Age. The Avengers, Marvel Triple Action featuring the Avengers, number 16. Number 1. That looks interesting. I like it. The Mighty Thor, starring in Marvel Spectacular. Sergeant Stryker's Death Squad. Sorcery, looks interesting. Madhouse also looks interesting. Looks really interesting. 5-star Superhero Spectacular. Harvey number 1, 15-cent book. Not sure what that's going for. Is this? That's on the book there. Unfortunate. Ooh, I like this. Casper's Ghostland and all his friends. So this isn't just a regular Casper. Casper's Ghostland. I like that. I love Casper books. Unusual Tales featuring the Long Thirst. A city on the ocean floor. But what are these things? I like that. The Long Thirst. All right, guys, let me get into now we're going to get into the really good stuff. Kind of my big purchase of the day. Hey, guys, so another thing that my dad bought off camera was he bought a bunch of these kind of plastic Hanna-Barbera Flintstone figures. And we're going to get him on the channel. We're going to get him on the video here, and he's going to kind of explain his process as to what he was thinking when he went ahead and bought these things. So let me know what you guys think of this. I would like you to explain to YouTube, what is the process when you're buying a $25 box of this?
Well, the process was I wanted to pick out some individual items. I didn't know what these were, but I know what this character is. He's from the Flintstones. It's the saber-toothed tiger, Barney, Fred. And they looked circa 1960s, maybe early 70s. I wasn't sure. And so I figured I'll take a shot on the Hanna-Barbera characters, but the fella said I got to take the whole box. And he wanted like 50 bucks. And I said, I just wanted the Hanna-Barbera. It's even got Betty, Wilma. So he said, I want to sell the whole box. What would you give me? I said, I'll give you 25. And that was my thought process. And I got a Dumbo. I don't know what circa this is. I don't know what that is. These look like maybe Bozos. So I figured I'll come home and do some research, but I didn't do any research, so I don't know what I have. They look pretty rough though. I don't know if that's Snoopy or what it is. That was my thought process.
All right, guys, so for those of you that did stick around to watch the flea market video, going through the flea market, you guys know by now who my main guy is right now, and that is Dolph over at Junkyard Breaks. I will link his channel down in the description below, since we had an extended conversation today. I'll direct you to his channel if you were interested in anything that he had to say and anything he's up to. So these comics came from his friend, who set up alongside Dolph. So I guess they just kind of had like a little table split, and the guy had some really nice comics. He did have a more expensive box. I didn't pull anything out of there because I didn't see anything that really grabbed my attention at the price I was looking for. But my dad and I did pull out. He had a bunch of dollar comics, and he had it at buy 4 get the 5th one free. And my dad and I each pulled out 5 comics, so $8 for these 10. And I really like everything that I got. And the first one that I pulled out is the one I really like the most, is this A-Team. I don't know. It's cool. I'm guessing this came out right around the time the TV show came out. It's number 1. It's got a little bit of writing on it there, 12-13. Dad's got it graded fine, very fine. I don't know. I like this. It was really cool looking. I wish I had the original figures to go along with it, but maybe we'll assemble that collection one day. So these 10 books for $8, guys. I think that was a good deal. And we're gonna get into Dolph's books here. For anybody that doesn't know, in case you're new to the channel, which we always welcome in new subscribers, seems like every day, which is really awesome. We're about to hit 300 subscribers, guys, and I want to give all of you guys a big thumbs up for all the support, all the appreciation, all the love. It really means so much. Like I was hoping that one day I'd get to 500 or 1,000 subscribers, and now that 300 is coming up, in the amount of time that it took, I mean, I've only been doing this for like 2 months and already have near 300 subs. Maybe we'll pass it once this video comes out. Yeah, it's super cool. I kind of like can't believe like it's actually like people are actually like gravitating towards this channel, because I don't know, the reason why I never really took initiative to ever post stuff in the first place is because A, I didn't think I'd be able to be any good at it, and B, I didn't think anybody would really care or want to watch it. And so to just have like this influx of people, I mean, near 300 people in about 2 months or 2.5 months, it's weird, but it's really cool. Like I'm really happy that people are enjoying this. Because I'm like I've said in other videos, I'm enjoying making them. Like, it's fun just to go out and film and you know, wear the camera around and just add an extra piece to my day and more things to do throughout the week. So I've had a blast. So getting back to the video, so everything that Dolph had, he had marked at half price. So this $2 book was $1, this $3 book was $1.50, and then he even took a couple bucks off after we had came to a price on everything. So he took a couple more dollars off. But let's get into the juicy stuff. Let's get into the thumbnail. Let's get into what everybody wants to see, what everybody's talking about. I'll go in kind of order of coolness here. Got a Fantastic Four, number 84. Just real quick, because I think I cut the conversation out of the video that I was having with my dad as we were going through these comics. I was going through them and I was saying, you know, Dad, he's got these Silver Age Marvel stuff at half price. So this $12 book cost us $6, $9 book cut in half. He has these 12-cent Silver Age Marvel comics just sitting here in a box at the flea market, Dad. And you know, you guys mentioned in the comments, like, you guys don't see, you know what, let me actually turn this camera around. Let's take, all right, so this video is going to be longer than I expected, because I wasn't expecting to do this turnaround, but I just popped into my head because of the conversation I was having with my dad. And since I cut it out, I'll kind of sum it up for you right here. Is basically, you know, we were looking at 12-cent Silver Age Marvel comics, kind of in a lot of them in the single digits. I mean, one of them we paid up a little bit more for, which, you know, I'll get into that. But $4, $5, $6 for these Silver Age comic books. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, you know, Dad, you know, these aren't, we're not going to see these every week. You know, Dolph, actually, for any of you guys that have not gotten to the Meadowlands Flea Market yet in New Jersey to see Junkyard Breaks and Dolph and his stand of comic books and trading cards, next week, he said, is his last week. If you guys watch the video, I'm going to put that in there. Next week is his last week, and then he's done for the winter. I hope he comes back in the springtime, but he said he's done for the winter. So basically, though, what I'm telling my dad is, look, Dad, our comic supply is about to take a hit, because this guy is, this is our income, our source right here for comic books. And here they are, like, hey, you guys have mentioned in the comments section, I mean, obviously we got some people in the New Jersey area, but you guys tell me if I'm wrong. But a lot of you guys were saying that you live in different parts of the country, maybe some of you in different parts of the world, and you know, you don't see comics like this at your flea markets. You know, you don't see Silver Age stuff all the time. And to be honest, you know, I don't I never thought of it like that. But when I think about it, you know, I do see a lot of Silver Age stuff, and I don't always see stuff this good at this kind of price. Usually it's pricey. Obviously, we have a lot of trading shows and stuff in our area. It's just we got such an influx of collectors in the New York, New Jersey area. I mean, like I said in one of my other videos, New York is 15 minutes away. I could throw a rock and hit New York, you know? So we get a lot of action. And the Meadowlands Flea Market is a higher end flea market in terms of flea markets. I mean, it's $110, guys, to set up a table. That means that if you want to go and sell something, you better have at least $300-400 worth of stuff that you can sell. Because if you're not coming home with $300 after a $110 day, you know, you're not making it. You're doing something wrong. You can't be showing up to the flea market and breaking even, or especially losing money. You got to factor your time into that as well. Opportunity cost, a huge issue as to why I don't set up at the flea market. I just don't think I don't have the kind of stuff that would really turn over like that. But all things aside, guys that come to our flea market, the New Jersey Meadowlands Flea Market, you know, they come with stuff to sell, guys, and we don't, you know, I don't see Silver Age stuff like this all the time at this kind of price. But so I'm thinking to myself, you know, we got to get it, Dad. We got to get it. And so started pulling the trigger on some stuff. I'll flip the camera back around and we'll just look at the last couple books we bought, which I thought were the best ones of the day. But yeah, let me know, guys, what is your flea market situation? You know, when you guys go to the flea market, and maybe some of you have never thought about this the way I did, but I didn't think about it until I started hearing other people's comments. So does your local flea market, do you have a comic book guy? Do you have guys that just constantly come and bring in new stuff? Do you have multiple guys? Do you rarely see a comic book guy? Because I don't know what I would do. I don't know what I would do if I did not see a comic book or toy guy every single week at my flea market. You know, we got maybe 2, 3, or 4 guys that are always bringing vintage toys, vintage comic books, vintage trading cards, vintage record. We got a lot of record guys, vintage video games. I'm not a big video game guy, but I see them. And we got new people coming in all the time, bringing in different stuff. We got a ton of stuff at this flea market. And, you know, what's your situation? You know, are you in a spot where you're buying a lot of online, or are you buying a lot of in person? Me personally, my dad buys a lot of online. But me personally, I'm an in-person kind of buyer. I like hitting the shows. I like hitting the flea markets. Yard sales is a no-no for me, and I'll get into that in another video. But I've had absolute horrific luck at yard sales where it's a complete waste of time, money, and gas. It's complete waste for me at yard sales. So I don't really mess around with those too much. And estate sales also get kind of pricey to the point where I'm usually not a player. But let's get back to the good stuff. Let me know what you thought of this little conversation about, you know, about seeing Silver Age stuff. Do you guys just buy Silver Age stuff automatically? Do you have a certain price point? And where do you get your Silver Age stuff? Do you guys get it in person at your flea markets or yard sales? Or do you go out and have to go shopping online or on eBay or something to find them? Let me know. All right, guys. So the Fantastic Four books were cool. But you know what's even cooler? Some Submariner. I mean, this is a really nice copy. Dolph had this graded at a fine plus. I would say it's, you know, every bit of that for sure. It's got a MODOK cover. Did you guys ever watch that MODOK cartoon that's on, I think it's on Comedy Central or Adult Swim or something? I never watched a full episode, but MODOK is kind of an up-and-comer. I feel like he should make some kind of appearance in something more than just a little gag cartoon, because he's pretty significant in the Marvel Universe. But a really nice fine plus, Submariner number 49. Really cool. And this was kind of the first book I saw that really grabbed my attention for the day. Tales to Astonish number 100. Obviously, my guys out there know. Hulk cover. Really cool. You know, I love to see it. This looks like it's New York or something. Maybe that's Manhattan. I don't know. Maybe not. That might be Florida, actually. Looks like a lot of hotels. Marked at a fine minus at $18. We paid $9 for it. Super cool. I'll do a little quick run around here. You guys can check out the condition for yourself. It looks every bit of a fine minus. I'd say that's a fair grade on it. Not really too bad on the corner wear. The only bit of spine wear really is really right there on the staple. That's really the main issue. Otherwise, it's really good. All right, so this next book, this is the last book. Super stoked to own this book for a couple reasons. One is it's a really cool book. I mean, come on. Silver Surfer number 16, an original, not a reprint. Mephisto Silver Surfer cover. It's a classic, in my opinion. It's a classic battle cover. You know, kind of like a Thing Hulk or something to that effect. To me, what I like about it, what just eye candy to me, is the red, the bold red, marked up with the black background and fighting like a white silvery kind of figure. You know, it's bold colors galore right here. It's popping out right at you. You really don't even notice anything that's going on in the background. You don't notice the words. You don't notice that. You just see these two guys just going at it right there, and it's super cool. Now, the backstory behind this book is interesting. See, this is a book that I've been searching for, all right, for about a whole 2 weeks now. So not a super long time. But if you remember in the video where I went to the trading card show and bought Silver Surfer number 9, I believe it was, I had bought it. I was looking at it. I really liked it. I saw Mephisto, and it was a Mephisto appearance in that book. And I immediately thought, what is that issue with Silver Surfer and Mephisto fighting on the cover? Because I'm more, honestly, I like this book more. I like the cover art more here. I'd rather own this book for the cover art over the first appearance of Mephisto, personally. I just think that this is a cooler looking book. Obviously, value and the fact that it's a major key is totally different, but just visuals is really cool on this comic book, guys. And I didn't really give you a once around on it. We could check it out. The only issue that really made me want to pay less for it, I asked Dolph if we could do a deal on it, is that it had this kind of tear right in here, and that was kind of folded in. My dad fixed it. So just seeing that little tear wasn't really the greatest sight to see. But anyway, I came home. I was thinking about, what is that book? What is that book? And I looked it up on eBay, did some Google searches, found the book I was looking for, Silver Surfer number 16. And lo and behold, guys, I missed the flea market last week. I come in this week. Dolph said that this stuff had been sitting there for a week. It was the first time I was seeing it, but it had already been there. And this book was in that pile of in the long boxes in the back. And it's weird, guys, because I mean, like, we didn't plan this. Like, this wasn't an arranged thing. It's just weird that I was so focused on this book for like the last 2 weeks. Since I got the Silver Surfer 9 on a Sunday 2 weeks ago, I have been focused on finding this book, and I didn't want to just buy it off eBay. I wanted to find it in person, and lo and behold, here it was. Now you see it's marked $85. Dolph had it at half off right off the bat, but I had to just throw my hat in the ring with an offer because it had the tear on it. It just, and you know, I will just show the spine a little bit here. Wasn't super great. But because I had that little bit of wear, and because I had been researching these, because I looked it up on eBay, and I was looking at the prices, I was looking at what it was going for, graded, what it was going for sold in an auction, low grade, high grade. So I figured $30 is a fair offer, to where I really I'm not too interested in selling the book, but I got it at a price where I think I can sell it for more than what I paid for it, even though I really don't want to sell. I really want to keep this book. I really like the cover on this book. And it's got a nice little story behind it too now for me, that it's got like a little personal connection. So that's really cool. So that was our day, guys, and that was our eBay hauls as well. Guys, you know what I'm going to say. If you liked the video, please hit that like button. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, If you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to this channel. I'm trying to hit 300. It's a huge thank you to you guys. Every time I see that subscriber number tick up, every time I see a like, a thumbs up, I'm just thinking to myself, wow, you know, I got really good people watching this video. Even people that dislike, I wish I had more people telling me why they disliked it, because I do have a couple of videos where I got maybe 6, 7, 8 dislikes, and I only got like 2 or 3 comments that were kind of leaning towards I disliked the video. So it means that there's a more than half of the dislikes kind of go unreasoned. I would like to know why people are disliking my videos, and I'm also really interested as to why people are liking my videos, guys. I mean, the like is great and the subscribe is great also. I really appreciate it. But please, I mean, if you got nothing else going on in your busy day, leave a comment. Let me know what you think about these buys. Let me know if they were good value buys. Let me know if I paid too much. Let me know what you know, what I'm doing. I had some guy on another video told me that I had on the video where I had scored the First Appearance Destroyer, which I thought personally is like a $50, $60 book, and I thought that was like the best. I thought that was the best book in the batch. This is the video where I said I bought a short box from a neighbor. Somebody told me that all those Marvel books were worth $75 a piece, and I thought to myself, well, no, they are not. So that person, I'm guessing, disliked my video because they thought I was a scumbag. And I guess, I mean, if you think that each of those comic books were worth $75, I would like to see where you're getting your prices from, and maybe if you want to give me $75 a book for those, I'll tell you what, at $50 a book, I'll let you have it, and you can make some money off of it. But I thought that was pretty funny. But please let me know why you disliked the video. Please let me know why you liked the video. Let me know if this was too long of a rant. Let me know if you want to hear more of me talking. I don't mind. I certainly had a fun time making this video. There's a lot of cool stuff in here. So thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe. Please comment down below. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Have a good one.